Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next video. And in this video, I would like to share with you my experience from one event. It was very interesting to observe how my being was reacting in that moment. And I find it quite interesting because in my interpretation, it shows me, quite interesting things, which I will share in this video. And maybe, it will be some interesting inputs also for you. So it was an event where at the beginning was like cacao ceremony. And after this, it was like a short breathwork session. Both of them was not like proper ceremony and not like proper breathwork, but it was kind of like to get in touch with the whole, let's say, and to try, because there was multiple workshops during this event, but I attended this too at the beginning. So the cacao ceremony was at the beginning to, let's say, make yourself a little bit ready for the whole day and for the workshops and the whole time what you spend there. And if you don't know about the cacao ceremony, then just simple said, the cacao have like specific or few different, how to say, things inside that make your body get easier in the connection and to get in touch with yourself and to make the reconnection easier, more in flow. And basically it is short, like introduction, short information about the recipes, because every person, every facilitator have his own recipe and his own sort of cacao and these points. And then there is like, you pick your cup with your portion of cacao, and then you like try it, you smell it, and you observe when you drink it, how it feels, sip by sip. And then there is like meditation, and then at the end, it's more like showing gratitude and sharing gratitude and the presence and everything. So that's the main line of the ceremony. And this facilitator, she was doing it good. It's my personal feeling, okay? It's not that I'm someone criticizing. I'm just sharing with you my feeling and my perspective and how was the influence on my being. So the cacao was quite okay, good taste. And we was in the group and we enjoyed the sip by sip, and then the meditation start. And I have to say, after 2 or 3 sentences, I should imagine some stuff. I cannot remember what it was. But I was trying, because of course there are no coincidences, and you are there and you try how it feels. And in my case, I tried once, second, third time, but it was really exhausting for me to imagine the pictures what she was telling. So according to my individuality, I just cut her off and I just get connected to myself, observe my body, how it feels after the cacao drinking, and what is happening in my body. I was not imagining anything. I was just there with my body, with my breath. And then I get to her again, to the facilitator, to try it again. But it was so complicated for me and so exhausting to imagine the pictures, what she was talking about. So I just finish. I just leave it, the imagination, and I just put my intention into myself. And there was in that moment, it just the doors open and my energy was starting to spreading around. And it was half a meter around, 1 meter around, 1.5 meter around. And it was just holding. And I was sitting and I was losing my body a little bit, the position. And my body was trying, because of the release, the body was very soft and I was almost falling down on my back. So the opening was very nice, was feeling very pleasant. There was no thoughts, there was no judgment against facilitator or anyone else. It was just me, the energy, the people around, sharing these vibes. And it was feeling very well. It was feeling exact in that moment, matching the feeling. So that's important, right? It's not to do what is not natural, because we are talking about meditation, and meditation is being. About meditation, I will do separate video to share my point of view about. So just be in that moment, whatever is around, some noises, people, vibrations, whatever it is, as it is, you are there, you can be there, you can enjoy the time. So just do it. And yeah, so I did. And then the meditation was over, and that was the final part of it. So, and there was also one point what I was not understanding, I have to say. Of course, I have my own experiences, I have my own understanding, I have my own interpretations. But let's say, even my logic is very simple. You cannot, or we cannot give someone else something what we don't have. So simple it is for me. So when the facilitator, when she starts to talk, be grateful to Mother Earth, and be grateful to this, and be grateful to this group of people, and be grateful for the cacao, and be grateful for this, for this, for this, for this. There was like few things. And at the end, and this is very strange for me, at the end of this list was like, and be grateful to yourself that you came here. So in my simple logic, she was not reading it, so it was not prepared. She was just doing it in terms of her feeling in that moment, was totally fine. But because of the importance, like my priority number one, it will be grateful to myself. And if you have enough gratitude for yourself, then you can even share something with others. So then you can be grateful, Mother Earth, cacao, people around, and whatever is passing by. So that was like quite not resonating with me, this logic. But it's okay. It's her. For many other people from the group, was it great? As much as I hear. So, you know, everyone is walking their own path. That's what she is able to interpret. And I'm just sharing my own interpretation and what I can see. Okay, so we move then later for the intensive breathwork session. Like I said, it was not regular ceremony and it was not regular breathwork. So I was sitting. Normally you are lying down to have a little bit more support, but it was in the sitting position. There was many people, but I was having my space around. I was a little bit on the side of the group, so not like far away to feel the energy, but also not like inside to be like totally involved, and maybe in my case sometimes overwhelmed from the energy. So there was like 5 short breathing circles, and the point or the main point of this breathwork was that we should imagine our dream or goal, which I would like to achieve. So this was the words. I leave it for the moment because by these topics or about these few points in this sentence, I will be talking in other videos. So imagine the picture. The first 2 of breathwork circles was to release patterns, stone behaviors, which are blocking us to go towards this picture or goal. The third and the fourth was like pump the energy into the picture as much as possible. And the fifth of the breathwork was like to seal the energy heading there and to really like be able to attract the picture. So, and I have my picture very clear for a few years already. So I took my picture, just to share for you. My picture is from my feeling. It is not like what I think, but from my feeling. The picture that I'm standing on the podium in the middle of the huge stadium full of people, and I'm sharing my being, sharing my pictures, and sharing my feeling that we both support our journeys, because I am sharing my being with others to support them, but I am also getting something from the others, which is very important for my journey. Okay, so it is like both sides. So, okay, I imagine the picture, get relaxed, sit down. And the first breath session or the circle starts. And I was pushing, I was imagining it, that the blockages as going away, that the patterns are preparing, making clean the journey. And it was very clear. It was very easy to breathe. It was going well. At the end, I hold my breath, release, calm down. And then the second circle starts. I was holding my picture at the beginning, and then it like, I was losing the picture. I was not able to holding it. I was seeing there was like energy release, and the blockages was like going ahead, going away. And even now I have goosebumps. So I just let it flow. I tried to hold the picture, but I was not able. So I just let it go, and I was like, universe, I trust you. I trust my body. You know what to do. There are no coincidences. Whatever should happen, whatever should be released, let it go. Whatever should come, my doors are open. And I just go with the flow of life, of love, of my own journey. Of course, it was not so long. It was just a second, and I was continue breathing to release every old parts which was not necessary anymore. And the session was done, and I hold my breath. There was no thought at the end. It was just emptiness spreading slowly around, quite similar like by the cacao ceremony. My body was losing the consistency, and it was just like spreading around. And then the third session slowly starts, and we should like pump the energy into the picture, basically, right? But I was not able to hold the picture, so I was just like pumping the energy wherever it was in that moment needed on my journey around. And And the circle, like the spreading energy was just like huge, huge, bigger and bigger and bigger. And it was like spreading around the city already and spreading, like connecting automatically with all the human beings around, animals, plants, Mother Earth. And even by the third session already, I was like, the feeling was like I was spreading already over the earth and heading like to the space. But I was still by the third on the earth. The body was like not body anymore. It was just like energy spreading around. There was no bodies around. It was just like vibes and the flow. And the session was done. I hold my breath. No patterns. No body. Without thoughts. Just simple being. That's very nice to lost myself in this feeling again. So there was a fourth circle, and I was able to continue to pump the energy and the vibrations of me, and the feeling was like spreading already in the space. It was just dark around. Everything was connected, and it was just once. No separations, no expectations, emptiness. And I was breathing, pumping the vibration in there. The breath, the energy, my being. There was no body anymore. Like not body anymore and no body anymore. And that something was like, that something would like attracts me. Exactly this feeling. Because in this feeling is everything. It's like nothing, emptiness, and like yin and yang, also everything. So I finished the fourth session, like fourth circle. And now it was like the fifth one to seal the whole. And I start breathing, and I was like listening what she was, the facilitator, what she was like sharing how to seal. But I was not able to get the picture. I was not able to seal whatever she was meaning. I was not able to follow because it was like totally not resonating. But like I mentioned, I just follow my being from inside out. And I was just like breathing, enjoying the emptiness. And then the fifth circle was done. It was like, calm down, relax, enjoy, observe. And then we slowly get back to our bodies. It was like, for me, it was just like partially, because it was like, yeah, of course, when I was moving, I was feeling it. But if I was, in the moments when I was not moving, it was just like gone. And when the session was over, for me, there was one point what I would like to share, and I will be talking maybe in another video also about it. What I was able to realize, because the picture is imagination, and imagination is in our head. Also, our patterns are in our head, and many other things. And then there is our being. And for me, it was clear that that's my interpretation, okay? That my being was willing to be louder in that moment than the pictures from the head. So I let it be as it was, as I describe it. And I was following. I was not trying to move to the head and to keep the picture and to imagination or whatever she was sharing. And my being was, in that moment, willing to be louder and just be connected with me. Of course, I understand everything is in balance. Okay? About balance, there will be another video. So everything is fine. That is not bad and not right. This is as it is, because both is important. The being and also our head, where the patterns are stored. But the thing is, the big part of the society, as I see it, as my interpretation is, and also how my experiences are, the big part of society is locked because we was teach that way, learned that way. It was giving to us. We are locked in our heads, following patterns, following teachers, following parents, following mentors, following coaches, doctors, lawyers, whatever. And where is the being? Like, it should be in balance. If you are moving one side, you will probably fall down because there is no balance. So this was my realization for that moment. And if once we understand our being and get in touch with it, and the pictures we get from society are aligned together, then it is the most matching feeling in the moment, because the picture, what I was having at the beginning, it shows up afterwards, because it is not like not left or not right, It is like both. And this picture, like I mentioned, standing on the podium and share my being and feeling and experiences with the people. So it was totally aligned both together. It was just different way how to get it together. Not like the facilitator was sharing how she interpreted it, but my individual journey was heading a different way, and that's totally fine. So hopefully this video was kind of interesting, maybe a little bit entertaining, and maybe a little bit, yeah, how to say, motivating or kind of like resonating with you. And I'm very grateful that I was able to explore this moment, what I was sharing with you. And I am very grateful that you spend your time and that you decide to spend your time by this video. And yeah, hopefully see you by the next story or experience or whatever it pops in my mind. See you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.